Can you show me the proof? You know, like show me the money. You know, like where is the proof that your religion is what you say it is? And he smiled. He's like, you know, he said, I got you. So he went and pulled a book off the shelf and he handed it to me. And my first proof handed to me about the deen of al-Islam was the Quran. He said, this is it. This is our proof. And then he started to tell me about the Quran. You know, that it was revealed to the Prophet. I said, look, no. I've already had people try to pre-sale me. You know, he's trying to load me up to go read this Quran with a certain frame of mind. I said, no, don't do that. Let me read this book. If it is what you say it is, it'll prove itself. This was the amount of certainty that I had, that if God had a religion, it would be clear, crystal, for someone who was searching. So I took the Quran home, and that was on a Friday evening, and I started reading it. And I remember reading Surah Al-Fatiha. Well, first I remember reading it and realizing that the book was backwards, because I was given one of those blue noble Qur'ans from Saudi, and I opened it and I'm like, I'm in the index, I'm like, whoa. So I realized I had to flip it over, read it the other way. So I opened the Qur'an and I read Surah Al-Fatiha. All praise belongs to Allah, who is the Lord of all the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, the master of the day of judgment. You alone do we worship, and you alone do we seek our assistance. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those who have earned your favor, not the path of those who have earned your anger, nor those who have gone astray. As soon as I read that, Jesus' prayer that he taught his disciples in the Bible came to mind. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and lead us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. And there were such glaring similarities. Like when I watched the message for the first time, and when King Najashi said that what you have said and what we have is like two rays from the same lamp, that was the feeling that I got reading Surah Al-Fatiha. And then I turned over to Surah Al-Baqarah. And the first verse had no meaning to me whatsoever, ALM. The second verse is the reason I decided to look into Islam. It's the reason I decided to keep reading the Quran. It could very well be the reason I'm a Muslim today. It's Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 2. This is the book. Subhanallah. If you understood how deep, just that phrase alone, this is the book. And it's in such a powerful prose that Allah Jalla wa Ala is telling mankind, there is no hesitation in this statement. This is the book. In it is no doubt, no crookedness, no strangeness. It's clear. And it will guide whomsoever fears the one who created them. And it will guide whomsoever has fear, or has taqwa, or has consciousness of their God. To me, initially that challenge made me angry, because I did not want to believe that Muslims could have any, even though this Imam gave a khutbah that day that was so beautiful about the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that it touched me. There was no way I wanted to admit that Muslims, whom I used to believe as a Christian, would be the Dajjal. I believe that the Mahdi that we wait on now was going to be the Dajjal. You know, and that Muslims are going to be the army of Ad-Dajjal. That's what I believed about you guys. That's what I heard, and that's what it sounded good and clicked together, and there we go. That's the Antichrist. I did not want to believe that there's no way. I've been looking all over for God, and I'm going to find him with the Muslims. You know, like this, I have to figure out a way to disprove this book. But this book, Allah Jalla wa Ala, in his wisdom, made sure that that verse would be the first thing you read after Fatiha. This is the book. There is no ghaib in it. There's no doubt in it. There's no crookedness. There's no errors. There's no contradiction. There's nothing. And it will guide whomsoever has fear of me. So I started to read Surah Al-Baqarah with the intention that I'm going to find that thing that can tell me that Islam is wrong, that this book is not what it says it is. And so I keep reading in Baqarah, and I come across another challenge, that if you have any doubt about this book, bring something like it, and call anyone you wish to help you, And when you fail, and you will fail, if and when you fail, you're going to fail trying to replicate this book, then fear the fire whose fuel is men and stones. And then I find another challenge. Had this been from any other than God, you would find in it contradictions. So very early on, the Quran is challenging me intellectually to discredit it. No other religious book on the face of the planet Earth has this challenge, because it would be very problematic. And if that challenge was there, you better believe scribes would have taken it out at some point, because they played around with the texts. And then the book starts telling me about the family of Ali Imran, which starts talking about people